we've talked through sort of different personality traits
Yeah.
and things. So do you think in terms of maybe I'm talking more about myself and the sort of the grads coming in and the grads just sort of coming out being grads and
Yeah.
maybe some of the engineers at this point. Do you think there's sort of those that are going or want to go far? Do you think there's key attributes that they should look to strengthen? Do you think there's or do you think it's key aspects they should have? Or so you say you obviously look at and you're able to based on things that in your own experience you're able to spot
Yeah.
those key attributes and those. I'm not even going to call it an attribute. I'm going to call it that spark.
Yeah.
That says there's serious potential here. And again,
Yeah.
I don't want to say it too much because it's about making everybody's got their own spark and have their own ambition and their own ceiling and their own. Do you think there's a commonality between all of those things?
Yeah, there is, and I think firstly whether the graduates, engineers, principal engineers, whatever, all that grade thing, you'll find out, Ross, when you do make director, all that the grade stuff are not important as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not interested. What I'm interested in is people's problem solving skills.
Yeah,
that's what matters. Can they solve a problem? Can they develop an argument that is compelling?
Yeah.
Have they got not the charisma, because you don't need to have charisma, but the confidence to actually deliver that?
Yeah.
That's what matters. Have they got that nous? And not everyone has. And you sometimes see really, really strong academic individuals who are just not built that way.
Yeah.
Yet, with the right education, the guy that's flogging cars right down the road may well have some really good skills that could be really important to our business. So for me, because you are really strong technically doesn't mean that you'll make a good sort of leader.
Yeah.
Be it project manager, director, MD, whatever. I think it's that special spark.
Yeah.
And whether you can learn that, I think you probably can get those skills. But I think you got to really focus on the problem solving rather than worrying about the detail.
Yeah.
It's trying to see through all of the noise.
Yeah.
See the pathway forward, and that is easier for some people than others.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting because the thing is when you start talking about this sort of thing, you try and me personally, I then start relating it back and saying, oh yeah, I can do that there. I've done that here, and it's just the way my brain is wired in terms of saying it. And there are situations where you then go, oh well, actually, maybe I could have done this. This problem that I see, and or you put this problem out on the table and you say, actually, there is no clear path. It doesn't.
Well,
it doesn't work like that. Yeah.
So
I guess that's part of the learning. Yeah.
Or what are the options? What can we do here? How do we get ourselves out of this situation?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's plan it out and look at the pros and cons and look at the risks. The other thing really important though, I keep talking about leadership because it's an interest to me generally. Irrespective of my role, but I do think it's really important, certainly in Pell's, but in the industry, that we don't have a preference for people with leadership skills and project management skills over people that have got really strong technical skills. Because at the end of the day, we're an engineering consultancy or multidisciplinary consultancy, so we need those really strong technical individuals. And they should have the same level of career progression available to them. And I think that's really important because you can't do one without the other.
No,
it's not being a great leader if the people that you're leading in the team aren't actually capable of delivering what needs to be delivered. So, I think, it's the whole team that matters. And I think we've talked in Pell's before, and I think we need to strengthen it, is that, there's a technical career path that's just as valuable, if not just as valuable as the management career path.
Yeah.
Just because you get qualified, you get chartered, doesn't necessarily mean that your pathway open to you. The only available pathway is to then become a project manager, project director, and gradually move away from technical work. It shouldn't be like that, and it mustn't be, because we won't have a strong enough business if we do that.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting point, because there is definitely, I wouldn't even call it a stigma. I'd say this just acceptance that is the way. And I think a lot of grads coming out of uni, I think maybe I'm slightly biased because that's just the way I thought, but yeah, you say, oh well, I'll do my technical bit and then I work my way up and I go into management. That's the way it works. I mean,
I don't know that. Yeah, it always was the way. But if you think about it, if we're a business and we're talking particularly about sort of progression into business leadership,
yeah,
if you don't have the real technical excellence, then you haven't got a business. So you simply cannot have one without the other. And there's no reason, as far as I'm concerned, where someone who is a business leader or director of Pell's should be any more valuable than a specialist that is delivering really solid work for us.
Yeah.
Because you can't have one without the other. So if we had a specialist in bridge engineering who's really covering us in terms of all our risks because of PI and God knows what, and contractors coming after us, and they're delivering that. Just because I can sit in a meeting and talk about when we'll have it delivered and what the cost will be and aren't we wonderful, I can't do that without that guy who is far more skilled than me doing the bridge design. So in that instance, that guy is just as valuable or more valuable than me.
Yeah.
And that is how we need to think. The hierarchy is not a hierarchy of people being more important, just simply their business function. Yeah. Someone's got to, Ian's got to run the business. Someone's got to be MD. Someone's got to run the sector. Someone's got to run the business unit. Doesn't make the, but they've got to run something. And if, in order to be successful, every part of that is just as valuable as the leader.
Yeah.
I hope I got that across.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I actually
about this.
I actually fully agree.
We cannot have this self-importance once you're in a leadership team, and we haven't in Pell's. For some reason, you're more important than the next man or the next apprentice that we employ who walks through the door.
Yeah.
He's way more important because hopefully he's going to have a 40-year career at Pell's.
Yeah.
The leadership team, they'll be out of here in 10, 15 years, retired on a beach in Spain. So we just need to remember that because it's our youngsters that are the future of the business.